Welcome to another episode of PALS, aka People Accepting Love and Sympathy. In today's session, we are all learning to open our minds.
Yeah, you guys have fun with that.
Oh, come now, Tyler. Allow your mind to wander.
Trust me, I'm okay with letting my mind sit still for a while.
Oh, I quite disagree, Tyler. I feel as if I am one with the universe. Maybe you can feel the same.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Now, I want all of you to just simply relax. Let all of your thoughts flow through you, no matter what they are.
Yes, I can feel them flowing down the creek of my body as they all pop up from the water and then fade into the horizon.
Wow, George, that was pretty philosophical of you. My thoughts just look like mac and cheese. What?
Now, everyone, try to remain silent. I want you all to focus on the thoughts swarming your head this very second. Be still and just ponder.
Is this really necessary?
Ah, of course. Now it's necessary.
This is ridiculous.
That's the ticket, Tie-Dye. Open your mind's eye.
Ew.
Now let's all relax and listen to our own thoughts. All right, everyone. Where did all of your minds wander to?
Oh, I don't know. I just kind of thought about nothing.
Oh, come now. Absolutely nothing?
Nay, 'tis truly a fiscade, my brethren. For a mind is always brewing with thoughts, whether thou admires them or otherwise.
Will you shut up?
While a bit eccentric, he is right. It's not often where we don't think about anything.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. I really didn't come up with much.
Well, if you're so certain, then, George, what did you think of?
Well, I'll have you know.
Oh, please don't give me a headache.
Now, come on, I didn't even start yet. Seems a bit rude, don't you think?
So, George...
The big man cometh! Standing in the middle of a lake filled with hot sauce stood him, half man, half pig. The pig man, wielding a kitchen mop in his hand, he proceeded to clean the lake of hot sauce. But before he could finish the job, a monkey lady appeared. She was holding a comically large jar of hot sauce and began to pour. The pig man now furious, got aboard the pickle train
Until you interrupted and ruined it! Oh, I'm, terribly sorry, George. It sounded like a wonderful thought sequence.
It was!
You went on this whole philosophical power trip just to think about a pig man and a monkey woman.
Don't forget about the pickle train.
Well, regardless of how abnormal it seems, it does illustrate my point for today's session. How our minds are always processing new information.
No. Save the moral for later, Peter. You want to know what I actually thought of?
Ah! See, my brethren? Truly a deceiver. I knew it. A facade before us.
George, it's pronounced facade.
No. Here's what I actually thought of.
So, I just thought about my girlfriend for a bit. Nothing crazy, just the image of her. Then, I thought about how far is the radius it takes to close a garage door with a remote. Like, what is it? 10, 15, 20 feet? And then, I thought about what is it like to go into a coma. Like, what does that feel like? Is it painful? Is it just sleeping? And who would miss me while I'm out?
So I don't want to hear about your philosophical bullcrap about flowing creeks or brewing thoughts or whatever.
So you were thinking about Samantha, huh?
I hate you so much.
Regardless, thank you, Tyler, for sharing that with us. It means a lot, and I hope you all are starting to see a pattern with all of these thoughts that are occurring.
Gonna be honest, I really don't see the correlation between Tyler's garage door comas and my Oscar-nominated masterpiece, but hey, you're the brain doctor.
No, not quite. I just meant in how random and obscure our thoughts can be. But before I elaborate any further, James, what did you think about?
Oh yeah, you've been pretty quiet, Jay.
Oh, me? I don't know if I exactly like what came to mind.
Well, it's whatever you're most comfortable with, James. But I just want you to know that whatever you thought of, it's not a representation of who you are as a person.
Gosh, I hope not. Oh geez, okay. So, when we were meditating, I just gotta say it. I thought about murdering you guys. Nothing fancy, just murdering you guys with my bare hands. And I don't know why I thought it. I don't like that I thought it. And I'm sure you're gonna say that it's perfectly okay to think about, and I hated every second of it.
Oh. Well, that's not good.
Yeah, I didn't think it was.
Sorry, I'm just not sure what to say.
I know, I'm sorry. I just don't know why I would think that, of all things.
Yeah, like you think you could take me down.
George, not quite the time.
Shoot. Sorry, James. You could totally kick my butt.
I just don't get it, you know? Like, why?
Well, think of it this way. What kind of phone calls do you receive?
Oh, I don't like answering the phone too much.
Okay. What kind of emails do you receive?
You know, nothing crazy, just a lot of stuff from school, work, sometimes family, some Roblox subscriptions that I really need to unsubscribe from.
And spam, James.
Oh, yeah, I guess I do get those a lot too.
Click here for some lonely, hot, single moms in your area to hold your hand.
That is the most disturbing thing I've ever heard you say.
When it comes to receiving emails, a lot of the time you'll receive spam. Unwanted emails that are just promoting something you don't want or need, and it can be annoyingly frustrating.
Uh-huh. And where are you going with this?
You can think of our thoughts in the same way. A flow of thoughts are like an email. A lot of the times you're going to get some that you don't necessarily like or want to have.
And are you suggesting that I delete these email thoughts from my mind?
Not quite. See, you can never completely delete spam emails or even just ignore them entirely. They will still come back. No, you have to mark them accordingly as spam emails and unsubscribe from them even though you never followed them in the first place. Sure, they will still come back, but in the end, you know how to acknowledge them best as spam and know that they are unwanted. They don't actively represent you in any way.
Right, I see. And how would I unsubscribe from Murder Your Friends Monthly?
Well, it's not as simple as, say, a few clicks and submitting yes. You really have to put in the work of reassuring yourself that these thoughts are not you. But simply acknowledging that what's real and what's not can often do wonders.
Jeez, I don't know. I don't think it's quite that simple.
Oh, I disagree, Mr. J. Jonah Jameson.
Uh-huh. Why is that?
If this is some weird thought about a pig man again.
In all seriousness, no. And with what I'm about to say, there will be no joking behavior.
Oh, okay. Whenever you're ready, George.
So, when it comes to unwanted thoughts, I tend to struggle with some reoccurring ones. Now, I'll try to keep it PG for you guys, but you all remember my dad, right?
Oh, him.
Yeah, well, basically, for several years of my life, I often fantasized about the made-up scenario where I would beat up my dad and harm him physically a lot. Now, wasn't anything else besides my fists, but I won't lie. For a while, it felt pretty good to think about. I actually enjoyed the thought for quite some time.
Jeez. I mean, I can't say I blame you.
Yeah, so basically in recent years, I've started to realize that, maybe fantasizing about beating up your dad isn't exactly good for me. And, well, thanks to PALS, I've been really working on my aggression and what sort of things I intake into my mind. And, yes, it sucks a lot, but it's gotten a lot better recently. So, I guess what I'm trying to say, James, is don't knock it till you try it.
Huh. I'm so sorry you have thoughts like that, George.
Hey, don't forget my point. I've gotten a lot better with it, and so can you. You just gotta be prepared to have a crap ton of patience.
No, yeah, of course. I still get what you're saying. I can't help but feel bad for you.
What's life if not an adrenaline rush from mental illness, am I right?
No. You're not right. That sounds like an incredibly unhealthy mindset. Why do I even care? Well, George, if you're all finished up, I'd like to thank you for opening up as much as you have. It's truly admirable.
Oh, shucks. Don't make me blush now.
Now, James, how are you feeling?
A bit, I guess, but I can't say I'm not still unsure about it.
Understandable, but you know what, James?
What?
Thoughts are always constant. No matter how sturdy your mind is, no one is ever really safe from the constant intake of information and the processing of it that follows.
Yeah, and I get it. Our brains have a lot of information going through them, and yeah, not to sound rude, but you kind of said this already.
Yes, and it leads to my point. Everyone has unwanted thoughts from time to time. And when I say everyone, I mean everyone.
Is there someone specific you mean?
Peter, what did you think about when we meditated?
Very good, Tyler. Sharp as ever.
Oh, yeah. What did you think about, Peter?
I imagined breaking my own arm in the moment. I have not a clue why, but I did.
Well, how would you break it?
Not easily, I'd say. I mean, just look at that python coming out of your shirt. I see you pumping that iron concrete, Pete.
Thank you, George.
Jeez, I'm sorry, Peter.
No need, James. I appreciate your concern, but I know that this thought of harming myself in such a way is just that, a thought. And I want you to know that even someone like your therapist, who's specialized in this sort of thing, this profession, that even I deal with these unwanted thoughts from time to time.
Yeah, I guess. Man, I'm getting all worked up about this, huh?
Yes, you are. Don't sweat it, my man. It happens to the absolute best of us.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. You just gotta mark those thoughts as spam, right?
Precisely, James. Acknowledge them, then scroll forward to the next email. Spam can get annoying fast, but I know you'll manage.
Yeah, especially now. Thanks, Pete. And you guys too. I really needed to hear this today.
You know, out of context, this sounds like the weirdest tutorial on how emails work.
Hey, actually, what kind of unwanted thoughts do you get, Ty?
Oh, I wouldn't say the kind of random thoughts he gets are unwanted.
Just tell us that we're unfortunately out of time and give us your closing pep talk already. Oh, sure thing, Tyler. Like he said, that concludes today's session. But thank you all. Thank you all for watching. And remember, our minds are always coming up with new ideas, scenarios, visuals, and so on. But sometimes, we may not always like what our minds have in store for us, but that's okay. There's an old Buddhist term, the mind monkey. Essentially, we all have a monkey running around in our minds, causing havoc. Now, suppressing the monkey will only do harm to you, and never works out in the end. So you have to establish that what the monkey does has no meaning. Because at the end of the day, thoughts are just that, thoughts. And as frustrating as it may be sometimes, don't let the crazy things you think about control you. Because you are so much more than the thoughts that come up in your head. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.
It'll be okay, James. Look at me. I love you so much. It won't be long, okay?
Huh? What?
Man, you're really getting into this meditation thing. Total guru over here.
Don't you mean a monk?
Man, whatever. You're just jealous because you're no good at meditation.
I'm sorry, I don't find it relaxing to close my eyes and imagine ocean waves like a weirdo.
Oh, you're real lucky that I'm a pacifist now. Since when?
Yeah, all right, I'll have
That
you
is
know
not
that
how being a
I've been
pacifist
pacifist
works,
for
George.
quite some time
You can't
now.
just
Yes,
do
I
that.
got into a fist fight
No.
with a man